That's been called the biggest treatment disaster in the NHS. Thousands of people died after they were given contaminated blood products in the 1980s.
Loren Palmer from Bristol lost both of her parents to it. She's now campaigning to get answers. And tomorrow, victims and families are heading to London to continue their action against the government. Ashna Harinag has the story.
Stephen and Barbara Palmer with their new baby. A couple who never lived to see middle age and never lived to see their daughter grow up.
My mum had sat us down and said that she was really, really ill and that she wasn't going to get better and that she had this virus called HIV.
Barbara and Stephen were victims of the contaminated blood scandal. Stephen had Hemophilia, a condition that stops the blood clotting properly. He was given a medicine called Factor VIII made from donated blood. In the mid-70s and 80s, the British government imported Factor VIII from the USA, but the American manufacturers had used donated blood from drug addicts and sex workers. That blood, and therefore the Factor VIII medicine, was contaminated with hepatitis and HIV. Stephen caught the HIV and unknowingly passed it on to his wife.
And my mum was taken into hospital. She couldn't stay at home with us. My aunt and uncle moved in to our family home. And within a couple of months, both my mum and my dad passed away within 8 days of each other.
Loren was an orphan aged just 9. Her half-brothers were taken away and her family fell apart. All of it avoidable.
I cannot even comprehend how my mum must have felt knowing that she ultimately had a death sentence and was leaving her 3 children behind.
Loren's parents were among 7,500 people infected by Factor VIII. But despite the scale of this, in Britain no government, no organisation and no individual has ever been brought to justice. And because of the stigma that used to surround HIV, it wasn't until recently that many families came forward. But last year, in response to vigorous campaigning, Theresa May announced there would at last be a full public inquiry. And the victims' families have come together to launch a group legal action against the government.
I'm doing it personally as a fight for my mum. It was something she was trying to do for us before she died. And I know it was her dying wish to try and get some kind of justice for us. And for everyone out there affected, it's, like I said, it's affected so many other people. And I think everyone deserves the answers. It's not about the money. It's really, like, that's not going to bring these people back. It's just the fact that we just want someone to take some ownership of what's happened.
The group court action will have its second hearing at the Royal Courts of Justice tomorrow. Another small step on what's become a very long road. Ashna Harinag, ITV News.